In this series, I'm going to be going through all 30 NBA teams and making a starting 5 of each of those teams with the best players I've got from season 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 in NBA Live Mobile. And once we've made all of these lineups, we will be going into a showdown quarter. And for the first part, we have to score with every single position in order. And then I can simply go ahead and score as many points as possible. We're going to be putting all of these teams onto a leaderboard based off of points difference to see which one comes out on top. So this time we are going to be making the Brooklyn Nets. Of course, we are going to be using past season players. We've set up the team as we had done last time with the jersey, the court, the boost item, and all of those insane players on the bench giving out the best possible boost. But let's kick things off with the point guard spot. We'll sort of work our way up in terms of overalls this time around. So starting with the low overall players and working our way up. So we'll kick things off. We have got a 60 overall Smith Jr. Hopefully we can find someone better. As with the last video, I'm just going off of what logo it's showing on the player card. So this Kyrie Irving, of course, Kyrie did play for the Nets, but on that card specifically, it shows him playing for the Mavericks. So we're not going to count that in this team. That's the rules we're going by with all of these team builders. So let's carry on going through these players. We're into the 80s and we've got an 88 overall Patrick Mills, who's boosted immediately up to 102 overall. We're going to keep going through these players. We're now into the 90 overall players. It's not looking like, though, we have got any Brooklyn Net players. Let's keep going. We're going closer and closer to the 100 overall players. We're getting through to the 103s, 104s, 105s even, 106s, 108s, and all the way up into the 110s. But unfortunately, we don't have any other Brooklyn Net players. So 102 Patty Mills is going to be the best we can. He was from a past season. No idea what season that actually was from. He's a Lunar New Year player, which is looking fairly decent. And he is still fairly high overall. So let's go to the shooting guard spot and see if we can find some Brooklyn Net players to fill out our lineup. We'll go through into the 70s now. I hope I actually have one Brooklyn Net player. Guessing Kyrie Irving, we might be able to find a version of him who played for the Nets. We're going through all the players over here. You got Jones, Carter, Trae Young as well, going through all of these ones. And we have got a Brooklyn Nets Vince Carter, a 96 overall, looking really good. He was from the Lightning versus Thunder promo, the first time we ever had that promo format, which was a really fun format. But let's carry on going through, see if there's any chance we can upgrade the player. Another Kyrie Irving, but again, it's for the Mavs and not for the Nets. But there we go. We found a Kyrie Irving for the Brooklyn Nets. He had better stats than that Vince Carter, and a lot of them are actually maxed out. He's giving out that +4 3-pointers to team. He was a golden ticket player back in season 4, which is really fun. We've got another Kyrie Irving as well, but again, unfortunately, this time he's playing for Cleveland. You got KD as well, but that one is a Warriors player. So he's boosted up to a 110, that Kyrie Irving, and he goes right into the team. We'll do exactly the same thing for the small forward spot. Go through all of these players and find out the best one for the Brooklyn Nets. We got Johnson over here, Cameron Johnson. They're going up to 73 overall. These silver players can get boosted quite nicely with all of the boosts that we've got in this team. But let's see if we can improve that one. We got 77 overall Harris over there. Can we get anyone better than that? Or is he going to be the only one who's going to be in this team of Brooklyn Nets players? We have got a Mikal Bridges over there. He is from this season, giving out the athleticism boost at the small forward spot, boosted all the way up to 101 overall. So at least he's cracking the 100 overall spot with all of the boosts on him. Are we going to manage to find anyone better than him? It's not looking likely as I scroll through all of these players. We've got a lot of Bucks players, a lot of different teams, but none of them are going to play for the Brooklyn Nets. So Mikal Bridges is going to be our small forward. It's not as strong a lineup as the Boston Celtics one we did in the last video. If you haven't already, make sure you go ahead and check that out. But let's go through the power forward players over here. Are we going to find a decent power forward for the team? You got a 68 overall Clowney over there. Again, this is a season 8 player, whereas in the Boston Celtics team, we didn't have any season 8 players at all. They were all from past seasons, but this lineup is looking like it's relying a little bit heavily on those season 8 players, partly because it is, of course, what players I decide to carry over between seasons. But we're going into 100 overall players, and it's not looking likely that we will find a Brooklyn Nets player. So we're stuck with that silver, but at least he's gone up to 81 overall. So he's technically an elite player, as it were, with all of these boosts in terms of overall. So let's go on to the final spot, which is that center position. We're going through all of these players. We've got a bunch of duplicates of the same player over there, but let's carry on going through. We got the Heat, we got the Spurs, Keep going through bit by bit. We got Lopez, Malone, and there we go. We found our first Brooklyn Net player at 83 overall, boosted up to 95 overall. That is a massive boost on this Claxton card over there. Let's see if we can find anyone better though, because this guy was from season 8, and of course we have got higher overall players from different seasons, but it is whether they played for the Nets or whether their card is actually showing them playing for the Nets over here. So let's carry on going through. We're into the 100 overall players, and no, we don't actually have anyone else that has Brooklyn Nets on their card. So we're gonna have to go with Claxton as our actual center card for the team. So a little bit worse overall compared to the last team, which was of course the Boston Celtics. I think they had a 114 overall team, but let's see how well this lineup does in a quarter of showdown. It is a 108 overall lineup, so hopefully we don't get a massive overall disadvantage when we go ahead and play a game. Of course, I'm just going to go ahead and play the very first game that comes up. Hopefully it's a little bit fairer. We've got to try and get the best points difference we can to get this team on the leaderboard and hopefully get in contention with winning the whole thing. Now, as mentioned in the intro, I have to score with each one of these players in order first before I can start doing my own thing and scoring with whoever I want. I think it's going to be a little bit difficult to score with that silver player and the elite player, but hopefully we can get things done depending on who our matchup is against. So after waiting ages for a matchup, we finally have one. It's up against a 105 overall team, so hopefully we can get the win, but more importantly, hopefully we can get a massive points difference. We have got that overall advantage, which hopefully will help. We're going to kick things off with Patrick Mills. Hopefully we can knock down a three-pointer with him. That is a really tough three-pointer. I don't know why I took that one. At least we get the rebound though with Kyrie. I was going to put it out to Mills, but unfortunately it went to Bridges, so it wouldn't have counted even if we made that basket, but luckily we missed that one. They're going to come through with Nash for 2 over there, so hopefully we can go back the other way with Patrick Mills. We got to knock down a three-pointer, hopefully in a better spot. There we go. We get the three-pointer off, and we're going to sink that one. So next up, we got to go with Kyrie Irving. Hopefully we can get the steal off Nash to try and get a couple of quick baskets. We get the steal there with Kyrie. Let's go on the three-point arc on the left-hand side. We'll go in. It's actually a two-pointer. We still managed to knock that one down. He's got a 115 mid-range shot. I think I'm going to be relying on him if I get up to the point where I can shoot with whoever I want to. He's got the best stats out of everyone. So now let's go on to the small forward spot, which is, of course, that Mikal Bridges. We'll find him here on the right-hand side. I'm not going to go for a three-pointer because I don't think he'll actually make it. We'll go in with a layup over there, and he's going to sink that one. A really simple layup. He's got 114 layup, which is really, really good. So we got a 3-point points difference, which isn't too bad at all. You got to try and beat, I think, 12 from the last video. So hopefully we can do that. Hopefully we can get the steal though, because that is definitely going to help us. They're going to miss their shot, which is good for us. We got Claxton there getting the rebound. We'll play it over to Clowney, get his dunk off, and he is going to sink that one. So that is it. We don't have to shoot with that silver card again, unless he maybe gets a rebound or something like that. But we've got to go on to the center next, and then we've got maybe just under a minute left to go and try and score as many baskets as we can, possibly with Kyrie Irving the most because he is the highest rated player. But we're going with Claxton over there, and he is hopefully going to finish that one-handed slam off, finishing that one off in style. We're at 7 points lead, which is actually pretty good for the team considering it isn't the best at all. But then we have got a slightly easier opponent than the team we faced in the last video. Nash is going to come through with the scoop layup, but luckily he misses that one. But unfortunately he does get the rebound. He's going to go for 3. He misses that one again. Mikal Bridges there picking up the rebound. Let's dish it out to Mills. He's the furthest one up the court. We get the perfect release, and he is going to sink that one. So a 10-point lead for us. His 3-point shot is only a 95, so it's good that he's still knocking down that 3-pointer compared to some of the other players on this team and probably their team who have a slightly higher 3-point stat. But Patrick Mills again getting the rebound, carrying this team over here. We're going with Kyrie on the left-hand side. Perfect release, and he's going to sink that one. A 119 3-point shot, making it really easy to knock down those baskets. So that's the 13 points difference. Hopefully we can hold them off and stop them from scoring. They're going to shoot the 3 though, and luckily they missed that one. They get the rebound, and they're unfortunately going to make that one with Carmelo Anthony. So we got 7.8 seconds left on the clock. Hopefully we can get a good basket over there. We got Mikal Bridges in the corner, but unfortunately the ball goes out of bounds. The joystick went the wrong way a little bit, which is a little bit unfortunate. We might have to settle for an 11-point lead. Can we get the block? We do. Claxton there are just about blocking our opponent to make sure they don't change that points difference at all. So the Brooklyn Nets end off with a plus 11 points difference, which is really, really good. So far they sit second underneath that Boston Celtics team. Although it is very close, there is only 1 point in it between the two of them. So considering they have a slightly lower overall team, yes, the opponent does come into play a little bit. It was a decent game for the Nets. The next team we're going to be making is the New York Knicks. So let me know in the comment section down below what points difference you think they will get. And if you want to go check out the squad builder we did for the Boston Celtics to see exactly how they played and what team we managed to make, go check out the video in the bottom left-hand corner, and I'll see you guys in that one. Peace.